You know, there's this age-old debate that swirls around the dog-loving community. Does your dog really love you if it bites your hand? It's a question that might seem absurd at first, but let's break it down together. Picture this. You're lounging on the couch, your furry friend by your side, and in a moment of excitement, or perhaps overstimulation, they nip at your hand. It stings, doesn't it? But does that mean they don't love you? Let's explore that. First off, we need to understand that dogs communicate differently than we do. They don't have the luxury of words, so they rely on body language and behavior. When a dog nips at your hand, it might not be a sign of aggression or a lack of affection. Often, it's a reflection of their excitement, a playful gesture, or even a means of getting your attention. Think about it. How many times have you seen a dog playfully tugging at a toy or wrestling with another dog? That same spirit of play can sometimes translate to us humans, even if it's a bit too enthusiastic. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty of dog psychology. Dogs are pack animals, and in their world, biting or nipping can be a way of establishing boundaries or testing the waters. If your dog bites your hand, it could be their way of saying, "Hey, I'm in charge of this play session." Or maybe they're just trying to engage you in their favorite game. It's important to remember that dogs don't have the same moral compass that we do. They don't view biting in the same light. It's not a betrayal or a sign of disdain. It's simply a part of their instinctual behavior. But what if the biting is more than just a playful gesture? If your dog is consistently nipping or biting, it's crucial to take a step back and assess the situation. Is your dog feeling threatened? Are they anxious or scared? Sometimes a dog may bite out of fear or stress, and that's a different story altogether. It's essential to create a safe environment for your dog, one where they feel secure and loved. If they're constantly on edge, they might lash out, not because they don't love you, but because they don't know how to express their discomfort. Let's also consider the context. If you're playing tug-of-war with a rope toy and your dog accidentally nips your hand, that's one thing. But if you're simply sitting there and your dog decides to take a bite, that's another. Dogs are incredibly intuitive creatures. They pick up on our emotions and our energy. If you're feeling anxious or stressed, they might react to that, sometimes in ways we don't expect. So, if your dog bites your hand, it's worth reflecting on the environment and the energy that's surrounding you both. Now, I know what you're thinking, but my dog knows better. They've been trained. And you're right. Training plays a significant role in shaping a dog's behavior. If you've taught your dog that biting is unacceptable, they should ideally refrain from doing so. But remember, training takes time, patience, and consistency. If your dog slips up, it doesn't mean they don't love you. It might just mean they're still learning, just like we all are. It's also essential to remember that love in the animal kingdom can look different than what we humans might expect. A dog's love is often expressed through loyalty, companionship, and affection, like wagging tails, excited barks, and those heart-melting puppy eyes. When your dog jumps up to greet you after a long day, or snuggles up to you when you're feeling down, that's love. A bite, even if it's painful, doesn't negate all those moments of joy and connection. So, how do we navigate this complex relationship? Communication is key. If your dog bites your hand, it's an opportunity for you to teach them what's acceptable and what's not. Redirect their energy into a toy or a game that doesn't involve your hands. Positive reinforcement works wonders. Praise them when they engage with their toys instead of your hands. This way, you're not only helping them learn, but also strengthening your bond. And let's not forget about socialization. Dogs thrive in environments where they can interact with other dogs and people. If your dog is nipping out of excitement, it might be a sign that they need more social interaction. Take them to the dog park, enroll them in a training class, or arrange playdates with other dogs. The more experiences they have, the better they'll learn how to express themselves without resorting to biting. In the end, the question of whether your dog loves you if it bites your hand is layered and nuanced. Love isn't always straightforward, and it certainly doesn't come with a guarantee. But if your dog is nipping at your hand, it's a signal, an opportunity for growth, understanding, and deeper connection. It's a chance to teach them, to learn from them, and to create a relationship built on trust and communication. So, the next time your dog gives your hand a little love bite, take a moment to pause. Reflect on their behavior, the context, and your relationship. Remember that love comes in many forms, and sometimes it's just a little rough around the edges. Embrace the journey and know that as you navigate these moments together, your bond will only grow stronger. Your dog loves you even when they're a little too excited. And that, my friends, is what truly matters.